Radio style. How's everybody out there? I hope you're doing good. Hope you're enjoying yourself. I have to say, I freaking love that song. So I like played that song like, I don't know, like 4 times. And it's just like, had the headphones on, was singing into the microphone like a goof. And God, I hope my neighbors didn't hear me. Anywho, yeah, Dan Radio style, loving it. Let's keep on rolling. REO Speedwagon, which is an old fire truck, actually, believe it or not. It's what it was named after. Some stupid rock trivia that I picked up when I used to do that kind of stuff. Anywho, yeah, it's Spirit Radio Dan style at gmail.com if you'd like to send me any sort of correspondence or anything like that. And I just kind of wanted to do a quick catch-up. I actually recorded a show, I don't know, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. And it actually came out good, frankly. I was really happy with the quality of it and all that stuff. It was like 20 minutes. I'm going to try to do shorter on this. I always say that, and it ends up being like an hour. But I don't know. I was a little too specific on some things, and I'm really trying to pull back from that kind of behavior. I just... it's good to share because I want to give real life examples. And for the most part, and I've told people I've worked with before, I teach teachers. That's who I teach. Like my students are teachers. If literally 10 people ever find this and they're actually like, oh wow, okay, cool, thanks, that's helpful. Boom, done. It was for a reason. Like I'll have 1 or 2 people over every once in a while, and we'll have discussions, and I'll do what I do. So that's kind of my whole thing. I'm here to help a couple, whatever. I do this for a lot of reasons, so whatever the case may be. But I wanted to catch up. I kind of wanted to talk about what I've been through with this law of attraction series. So, like I said, when I try to do this, it's more an issue of coming from, here's what I'm dealing with after doing it pretty extensively. I really jumped into it, and it was to a bad, actually. I think I actually found the negative side of it. And so now I get to swing back around, but that's kind of how you learn something. So that's usually how I roll. But this is kind of me explaining, I think, my understanding of it, and maybe giving some pointers, and hopefully it's helpful, right? So law of attraction, if you guys didn't see the last show, or hear it, I should say, there's penguins. I guess you could see it, technically, right? But if you weren't privy to that show, I was talking about a Jerry and Esther Hicks. They've written a law of attraction series. And the book I was reading or talking about primarily on my last show is The Vortex. And both of them are awesome, and they both really deal with the same general concept. Vortex is more about when everything's like perfect where you're at, when all your vibes are grooving, right? And you're thinking positive thoughts, and you're thinking in the direction you'd like to go, and you're really kind of you're vibrating to your highest potential. You're in the vortex, like it's all swirling, and you're like in the middle of it going, there's a great Dan Millman book, I want to say, that showed like kind of a whirlwind around a dude with his arms out, and I forget the pose. It's got a fancy, cool name, but I think Michelangelo did it, whatever that's called. I forget what it's called. Doesn't matter. And so, yeah, so that's kind of what the vortex is all about. And it's really about focusing our thoughts. And so I dove into it like heavy, hard, and full steam. That's kind of how I do things when I learn it. And I think it's just, I don't know, it is what it is, like something new. And I really immerse myself into it. And then I kind of learn from it, learn what works, learn what doesn't work for me anyways. And then I kind of go from there. So there's a lot of things about it. It works totally in general. It's just got some issues. And I really want to just speak upon those, I think, because obviously keeping your thoughts focused on the direction you'd like to go, boom, that's a winner, right? Just keep them in general. Like when I'm thinking and I catch myself thinking, negative things, or going back to a situation that was kind of troublesome, and I'm reliving it, if you will, in my mind, because we do that. We'll talk about it. We go back and we'll talk to our significant other or our siblings or whatever. We'll have discussions with them about this certain issue, this certain incident, and we relive it over and over and over. That, bad, not good. Don't do that, okay? So that's one of the pluses I learned. So it really kind of helps you catch yourself and go, ooh, what would I like right now? Like, what would I like to enjoy in life? It just, like, the couple friends I had over for, like, the Zen Den stuff that I like to talk about, that was one of the big things I kept bringing up to her. It's like, this is the thing that's, like, amazing to me. Like, we have so much control over what happens in our life. All we got to do is think about what we'd like to experience. And it's so, like, it is truly so easy, especially in concept. But, doing it takes a little practice. It's not that it's difficult. It's just we're so aligned to do the opposite, that it takes some time to kind of change those habits. I mean, I smoked for a lot of years, and I became a non-smoker, and I've been a non-smoker for over a year now. And really the big deal with all that was making sure that I changed habits, right? It was a habit for me to smoke. It was a habit for me to spend, I smoked a pack a day, right? That's 20 cigarettes. I love to point this one out. 20 cigarettes, each cigarette took roughly 5 minutes to smoke. That's 100 minutes a day I wasted. So I had to make some adjustments. I had to make some changes. I had to alter some patterns that were in my life. And that's all it is when you start to think that way, when you start to work that way in your life and start to focus your thoughts in the direction you'd like to go, you're essentially spending that 100 minutes in a different way. Because really, there's a lot of time where we're immersed in something. We're busy. We're focused on work. We're focused on our child. We're focused on driving. We're focused on whatever. It's not all that often. I mean, it's more frequent than we probably realize, but it's not all that often where we really have time to sit there and just think, where our mind can go wherever it wants to go, wherever we decide it can go. So that's huge. We always really, truly need to make sure we're kind of trying to, hey, this is the direction. It's such a powerful means of positive thinking. I mean, that is the crux of it. That is the core of what positive thinking is really just knowing consciously that you're focusing your thoughts. Whatever you're thinking about is what you're putting energy towards. If what you're currently thinking about is cool, and if experiencing that is good, and you're happy with that, or bad, or whatever, if you're happy with the experience that you're going to get, then awesome. Keep doing it. Keep focusing your thoughts in that direction. But if you're not, well, think differently. That's all you got to do. Just like, what do I want? What do I wish to experience? Boom. And then you start thinking about that in those directions. So all of that is huge. What did I learn? Here's where it gets kind of, I thought, tricky. Okay. So I played with this. It's not really spelled out, in my mind, well in the book. But it's kind of like, what if there's a specific somebody I'm involved with? They kind of dance around it, I guess. Yeah. But what if there's a specific someone, say, I'm interested in, or a specific job that I've got, and I want, if there's something very specific that you're hoping to manifest, hoping to change, hoping to see different, that's where I think things get interesting. And I think sometimes, yes, it's good to kind of put that positive energy in that direction, but what's also good is to keep it more on like the general, like I'd like to have the perfect job for me, for where I'm at, for the direction I'm going in my life, the perfect job / opportunity / growth to get me there. I'd love to be in an awesome relationship, in a healthy relationship, even if you're married currently, even if you're not married, even if you're with someone but not sure what the hell's going on. I'd like to be in a healthy, awesome, happy, fulfilling relationship. That's what we focus on. Not on they don't do this, they don't do that, they're this, they're that. No. What do I wish to experience? I wish to experience a healthy, happy, wholesome relationship. You'll be surprised if the person you're with currently is the right person, right? Or at least you guys are still in sync enough vibrationally to make it work, because we're all like major close friends in heaven, folks, all right? So anyone that's even remotely close to, even people that piss you off on a regular basis, you guys are like super best friends in the other place, like in the other dimension. We're all like best friends. So the person you're with that you can't stand, that you fell in love with at one point, you guys are best friends outside of here, right? So whatever. So if you can keep vibrating, cool. That's a great idea. And you'd be amazed when you stop focusing on certain things, how those certain things start to go away. But I do believe it can get dangerous when we focus on specific outcomes. Like, it needs to be her. The job needs to be that job. I have to make this amount of money, which sometimes if you got like bills, I get it. But go ranges, you know what I mean? Like, don't be so specific sometimes. It's just put it out there what you're looking for. Put out the experiences that you would like to have. Be very specific about those. But don't pin yourself down. Don't think that a certain job is definitely the right job. You don't know enough about it before you get into it. You don't know that other job that on the surface kind of seems weird, and then you get into it and you're like, oh my God, this is everything I love doing. I didn't even know there was this kind of stuff to do. So sometimes if you open yourself up to different experiences, you will be amazed at what you will find. And what I have also found, I got really hard into this stuff for like solid 3 weeks, like where I was kind of beating myself up a little bit when I'd screw up about what I was thinking about, very focused on some specific stuff. And that specific stuff didn't really go better at all, in fact. And it actually put me into a funk. I was really, truly in a funk. The improv class I've been involved with sucked. I was a mess. I couldn't improv to save I couldn't have improv my way out of a wet paper sack, right? Like, it was just not going to happen. And really, a lot of it was just, I got myself so jacked up around being upset, essentially, and this is where I failed, and this is the cool part, and this is why I think specifics don't work. I was going for a certain specific. Every single indication that I got that that specific thing wasn't happening made me focus back on how I need to try to get this specific thing to happen. But the core belief of what I was trying to accomplish was because I don't have this specific thing. And when I realized that that was the problem, I stopped and said, I'm done. I'm done. I don't care about that specific thing. I mean, I do, but if that's not it, if that's not my path, okay. Show me, and I know I'm going to see that because I know the proper perfect thing is close. I freaking feel it in my soul. That's what's been killing me about this whole like transition I'm going through in my life, right? So I can feel it in my soul. I know it's going to happen one day, and I know it's going to catch me off guard. I know it's going to be one of those like random, like, oh my God, and then it just happens, and boom. So that was my big like aha moment, was stop focusing on the specifics. Stop focusing on the very, very next step and where you're going to step. Focus 20 steps down the road. Focus on the bigger picture. Focus on the destination, if you will, and let the journey unfold. Take each step one at a time, but don't focus on each step. Don't look down at your feet. Look out ahead and see what's coming and focus on what's coming. That is what I learned. This is what I share to you. This is the takeaway. If no one, if the 3 people that listen hear this, and yeah, I don't give a crap. 3 people listen, 100 people listen, I don't give a crap. That's where I'm at with it. It's a beautiful thing because it doesn't matter. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this for 10 people to listen, 20 people to listen, 50 people to listen. I'm doing this for the reasons I'm doing this. If anyone hears it, great. If not, it's out there. Who cares? So that's what I give to you. That's what Dan Radio Style is bringing to the plate. Law of Attraction, love it. Highly recommend the book. But just keep these things in mind when you're reading it. Jerry and Esther Hicks, they wrote it. I think they were co-writers with The Secret. They definitely got involved with the Law of One or the Law of Ra, which is amazing. So again, both of those things I highly recommend. I'll probably put them in the notes, these different stuff to check out. Fabulous takes on the higher dimensional aspects of who we are, on the core of how it operates, how manifestation truly operates here on Earth. Both of them really heavily cover that. The Secret's really good, and actually Jerry and Esther Hicks on the Law of Attraction, and I got to say this because this was always my complaint about The Secret, they actually explain why the word want is okay to use. And I was okay with the explanation. I'm like, okay, that works. I can see why The Secret uses that word so much because want is kind of a word. What is a decent word is wish, because right, they always say be careful what you wish for. So I like to use that in place. But their definition was groovy, so I was happy with it. So hopefully I've brought something to the table. Hopefully I've made a difference for whoever. I don't really care. But that is what I've taken away. I think that is really the core when you're trying to manifest and make things happen. Keep it more in the direction you're going. Look 20 steps down the road, and I guarantee you'll get there. The second I stopped focusing on the little things was the second it all opened up. It was the second I felt better. It was the second it was just like this relief came off me because there was no expectation of what was supposed to happen. There's only the knowing that what is supposed to happen is happening right now. And it was a huge shift. And it was just me letting go of the specifics. And I'm just going to let it happen. And who knows? Maybe in 3 weeks or 2 weeks or I don't know, freaking Sunday, right? Who knows what can happen? Maybe I'll be doing another show going, okay, all right, so this is kind of funny. Once I changed my mind and let go and did all that, bam happened, right? So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But this is where I'm at, and I'm happier. I think that's the important thing. So I'm sharing with you guys. Three weeks, total funk. Today and yesterday, because really, yesterday, much better. Much better. It's night and day, in fact, much better. So I'm curious to see what the weekend brings. Already this morning, I've had some fun indications of interesting things to come. So I don't know, I'm on a ride. I'm enjoying it. I know the direction I'd like to go. I know what I'd like to experience. And I know when that finally happens, I'm going to know it. So I'll let y'all know. That's a lot of knowing in one thing, right? Scary. Right, anyway, Dan Radio Style, feel free to get in touch with me at spiritradiodanstyle@gmail.com. There you go. Have a fabulous day, folks, and fabulous days, because who knows when I'll do this again. But I hope it goes well. Enjoy. I'll talk to you guys soon.